What's good, beautiful people? It is Monday. Yes, we are kicking off another week, and of course, we got a fire release coming out on Thursday, right? Today, we're gonna get into those TORO 14s, chop it up a little bit about the overall look of them, and obviously how you can cop them. The things that you can do to make sure that you put yourself in the best position to secure that W. Let's start off with an image of these TORO 14s. Now, I do have to say this, guys. 14s are not my favorite silhouette. I do have the Last Shots, so I do have a very iconic colorway of this silhouette. But it is not something that is a must cop for me every time they release a different colorway. Getting into these images, off top we see it's going to have that black outer sole. As we move up into that midsole, we're going to get a variation of a white and an off-white, which is a nice touch to me. Then we move into the upper. We have two different textures, it looks like, of a suede variation. The red in this sneaker in the upper panel is going to be more of a smooth texture. And then we also get that Jumpman inside of what's like a Ferrari symbol, which is very iconic for this TORO, correct? Then as we come around to that toe box, we're going to see a different texture of suede there, which is going to be black. And then we're going to get that white Jumpman. As we move up the tongue, we'll see that Jumpman, which is going to be in red. A nice touch to this sneaker as well is going to be on that heel. It's almost like a tread feel. It will be another leather, and we're going to see that Jumpman as well as that 23, and that's going to be in white. I think that this is a sneaker that's going to be highly sought after. I will say this, yes, there's going to be a full size run, so we'll see toddlers, we'll see preschool, grade school, and men's, but moving into the how to cop piece is not going to be available in all areas, guys. So this is going to be very vital to you copping this sneaker this weekend or copping this sneaker on Thursday. Which is something different as well. The Jordan brand has kept us on our toes during this whole pandemic, right? So the first sites we're going to take a look at is going to be dealing with the Flex apps. I'm actually going to walk you through the whole process of submitting your entry on the Flex app. We're going to go through it up here. Anything that you see right here on the Flex app, you do the same process for Footaction, Champs, and Footlocker. You want to start by locating the actual sneaker that you're trying to put a reservation in for. And what I like to do once I have actually located that sneaker, if your location is turned on, it automatically will show you everything that's within 100 miles that's going to actually release that sneaker. So as we see in my area, Dayton will not get this sneaker. So my next two options are either Cincinnati and Columbus, or I should say third option, or going all the way to Indy, which is not going to be a problem for this sneaker because I'm already going to be there for the holiday. So instead of the two options that are a little bit closer, I'm going to go ahead and put in the zip code for Indy to see what locations will be releasing them there. Once I actually see what locations will be available, I go ahead and I start the process. So I'm going to search for my size. Once I click my size, then it will take me to an option to select the stores. I've already seen the ones in Indy that are in close range to where I will be. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to select those two locations. Once I have selected those locations, now you have the option to put in your head starts, okay? And guys, this is where shopping in the locations is going to really help you. On this particular account, I don't have nearly as many points as I do on my account, but I shop a lot with these locations, so I'm able to get the max amount of head starts, which is 3. So you go ahead and put in those 3 head starts, or how many ever that you're able to do so depending upon your points, and then you submit your entry. For this particular release, you're actually able to submit your entry up into July 1st, which is Wednesday at 4 p.m. I don't suggest that you wait any longer, guys. Go ahead and get that in now. Your next option will be Hibbett Sports. Hibbett Sports has a similar process. You're going to go down and you're going to search for that particular release. Once that comes up, you're going to select which size you want, and then you actually have the option to select up to 3 locations as well as enter online. Okay, so you have the option to submit in-store entries as well as online entries. With the Hibbett and City Gear app, what I also like to do is make sure I turn on all notifications, so when they start to select the winners, then they automatically text you and let you know, hey, you won. You need to go ahead and confirm your entry so that you don't miss out. Because guys, as well as on the Flex app and Hibbett and City Gear, you only have a certain amount of time that you're able to confirm before they move on to the next person. Okay. Now, as far as Finish Line, that raffle is already over. The one thing that I will let you guys know about Finish Line is they are the first to do raffles on all sneakers. So I typically start to check with Finish Line on like Saturday through Sunday, depending upon when the release is going to drop. That will dictate when I start to look on Finish Line. Now, circling back to Hibbett and City Gear, that raffle actually closes on June 30th, which is actually tomorrow, guys, and you have up until noon. So this is one that you actually want to get on right away and go ahead and put in your entries. And some other sites that you'll be able to go to the day of release. In addition, so let's say for some reason you don't hit on the Flex app, you still on the day of the release have these sites. So you still have Footlocker, Champs, Footaction, Hibbett's, in addition to East Bay, YCMC, Shoe Palace, DTLR, and that's just to name a few. Guys, I will link those pages in those foot sites in the description below, but most importantly, we know that we have the sneakers app, right? I cannot stress enough to you guys, if you do have an iPhone, please link Apple Pay. Okay, Apple Pay is a secure way to process payments, as well as it's super fast. Linking Apple Pay is actually the way that I hit on the Chunky Dunkies. So, you know, I'm rolling with that. It is the pay source that I live and die by. But I will also let you guys know, if you do have multiple sneakers app accounts, that you do need to have multiple forms of payment. That's just a heads up. Something that has worked for a lot of other people, because I think when you link the same payment to multiple accounts, it may potentially get flagged. But also on the day of release, guys, make sure all of your information is correct. Make sure the shipping is correct. Make sure your payment info is correct. Make sure your sizing is correct. You do not want to fumble around in these apps the day of release. There is one site I almost forgot, guys, and that is JD Sports. And this is actually a great raffle, guys, and I'm going to tell you, it's because of the fact that they still do actual raffle tickets. So they pick their winners manually. I'm not going to say much about that, but I'm just going to tell you guys, if you have a JD Sports in your area, you need to lock in with these people and make sure this is a location that you visit often. Okay? visit early and often, and make sure you guys put in for that raffle as well. And this last option is gonna vary for everybody, guys, and that is your mom and pop shops. So whatever stores that you have in your area, make sure you're checking with them to ask them, hey, are you guys going to do an in-store raffle, or is it something that you have going on online? Check with them, guys, because once again, you seen when I went to that Flex app, Dayton is not getting these sneakers. So even though it is a full size run, they will not be in everybody's area. So you're gonna have to check all your options and make sure you stay on top of things, guys. But go ahead and hit these raffles up ASAP. The times that I'm giving you guys are Eastern because that's the time zone I'm in. So if you're Central, that will be an hour ahead, and on the East Coast, I believe that's going to be almost nearly 3 hours ahead of me. So make sure you do your footwork, and good luck to everybody. Before we get out of here, guys, I want to say to everyone who's new visiting the channel, welcome, and I truly hope that this was a very informative and helpful how to cop. And for everyone who is returning, I truly appreciate your continuous support, y'all. And with that, guys, I hope everyone has a great week. And until next time.
So don't tell me you got plans. I gotta make up for this lost time, and I'm like trying to get back.